Fox Sports Asia, very pleased to be talking to the triple F1 world champion. He's just stepped off a plane from Abu Dhabi. Lewis Hamilton, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Now, I remember you saying when you first won your first championship that you were going to win 3. So is this
Really?
one? Yeah, that was one of the
I don't
interviews
remember
you
that, but I definitely said it inside. So
Now that you've done it, is this one of the championship that's kind of matched your childhood dreams?
it definitely has. I started watching when I was 5, and I always wanted to. Edson was my favorite driver, and I always wanted to do something. I think I always said I want to do something similar to him, but ultimately, I think deep in my heart, I always wanted to emulate him.
Yeah.
To do the same as him. And it's crazy to think now that I've achieved that pretty much I still haven't got the same poles as him. He still has more poles, which is good because it means I have a long way.
Yeah.
I still have another target, but I think this is basically a closing of a certain chapter in my life, and now I'm embarking on next year. I'll be embarking on my own chapter. In a sense, not my own chapter. But
I know what you
my
mean.
own era.
It's the continuation of the story in a sense.
Yeah. There's no one else that I plan to target. It wasn't like I want to get Prost's record or Michael's record.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I'm going into my own lane, and however far that lane goes, eventually it will stop, and one day maybe a kid will be like, I want to do what Lewis did.
Yeah, well, I think there's probably a few of them out there already that want to do that. Looking back at the season as a whole, was there one point where you thought, right, I think this is it, I think I can win the championship from here?
Honestly, every race you approach, you feel that. You're like, I'm here to win. It's all for the taking. It's all for the taking. So you just got to do your due diligence and do your work and hope that you apply yourself, and you hope that you reach your expectations of yourself, and time and time again, I was hitting it. I was getting those poles, I was getting those wins, and that was just the most amazing feeling. Yeah.
Is there a specific best race you can remember from 2015 where everything just clicked perfectly the whole weekend?
In terms of there was a lot of races that clicked. Until Monaco pit stop, that race was going amazing. I was 22 seconds ahead of my teammate. Monza, again, way out in the lead. But the one race that I really enjoyed most was Austin. That weekend, everyone was like, oh, you can win the championship this weekend. Yeah. There's this build-up of extra pressure that I just didn't really pay any attention to. And then with the weather coming into place, I really took advantage of those conditions. And to come out at front after that was just an extraordinary feeling.
The team came together again, and now you play a more advanced role. If you had to talk about that relationship between Mercedes-AMG Petronas and yourself, there's obviously the technical performance consultant now. What works well between you and the team?
Well, I joined this team 3 years ago, and I had obviously been a part of another team previously, so I'd had this experience. And coming here, I just came with an open mind. I didn't really know what to expect. And what I found with Petronas, who was such an integral part of our success today, they've got just the right approach. They're not big-headed about where they are in business. They're like, we just know if we apply ourselves and we work hard, we can be the best collectively with Mercedes. And so we had our 2 engineers that are always at our track, who have their own lab at the track. And these 2 guys are so dedicated, so dedicated, as are everyone else in Petronas. For them to have created not just a fuel, but all the other lubricants that are in our car, because there's quite a few, to optimize and to be the best and help us. We only have 4 engines. To make those 4 engines last as long as they have through the season, which Ferrari with Shell did not do, and with McLaren and Honda did not do. We're the only team, and Petronas are the only company who helped us achieve that. It's pretty huge, and the results that we've destroyed all our own expectations. We've what was it, 16 wins or something like 15 wins, 32 podiums, pole positions, laps. It's crazy. Last year we already hit above and beyond our goals, and then I thought it's impossible to do that again, and we did it again and more. So that's really where Petronas come in, and I work very closely with those engineers because it's the best test track, test bench really is our Formula 1 cars.
So that's a trackside unit you're talking about there.
Yeah, yeah, and then you've got obviously an incredibly talented and intelligent group of people who are in the background who are connecting with those two guys that we work with closely at the track.
Okay, well, it's break time now, and I've often wondered exactly how much time are you going to get now as a break before testing starts, before this whole team comes back together again?
Well, each year it gets shorter and shorter because, you know, there was a period of time in my early part of my career where I didn't have, I think I got, you know, Christmas and then January to train.
Yeah.
And then there's a period where I had December and January. And last year I think I had 4 weeks. It was pretty much 4 weeks. I think this year it's a little bit different. For example, I won the championship with 3 races to the end. I kept training to hit the other 2 goals, and then I stopped to enable, because you don't really deteriorate massively. So then I might this time be starting earlier in terms of training, because I want to reach different targets next year, physically and mentally, and racing sense. So, you know, I do get, you have this, you do have the break, but you have to use it also to...
And you're always thinking about what's coming up next.
Yeah, you're thinking about, you know, the sacrifices that you're going to be needing to make. Training, you know, getting to bed on time, diet, all these kind of things. So it kind of never really stops from one. It just keeps going. It's just kind of, it's a ruthless sport.
It is, but you're at the absolute top of it. Last year was Colorado. You took a break in Colorado.
Yeah, that's where I always go, because I have a home there.
Oh, right. So what is it about Colorado that you absolutely love? Is it this far away, kind of removed from the F1 scene?
It's removed. Americans generally don't know, there's not a huge amount of Americans that they know a lot about NASCAR, but not so much about Formula 1.
Yeah.
So I go there and I live a very, very normal life through my winter period. You know, I never have to dress up. I'm always in, you know, just relaxed clothing and go down to the grocery store and so, you know, with my dogs. It's just and you know, growing up in England, the weather, Christmas Day, for example, is either raining. If you're lucky, you might get some snow, but it's not a lot. But I really I love seasons.
Right.
You know, I love
it's very distinct in
the mountains. You get all the seasons, and in a great summer, but also you get the leaves falling off when they're going orange to, you know, from green to orange to red to yellow, and I love seeing that. And in the winter, I want to be in the snow the whole time, and it's really good for training because it's high up. I do a bit of skiing. Yeah. My dogs love it. I love it. My friends come out.
So it can feed into everything that you need to do as well.
Yeah, and then I go there in the summer also because it is very high up. So it's really good in terms of giving your fitness a boost because it's so high up. Your blood generates more blood cells and red blood cells, and it's perfect for training.
Quickly look towards next season. You're talking about all the benchmarks have been broken in new set of rules. What are the targets and challenges for you personally and for the team next season?
Well, we only just finished the season 2 days ago, so I haven't set them yet.
Haven't really sat down and thought about it yet.
I'm really I think now it's in, firstly you've got to enjoy it, because who knows, this could be my last championship, who knows, you never know what's going to happen, you know. I hope not, but you know, you just have to be grateful for the time that you do have, and I'm in discovery mode now. Now it's about to as I said, to see what I'm going to do different with my fitness, where I'm going to take myself physically. How am I going to
continuing journey?
The mental challenge, man. It's a long year to stay focused and stay in the zone the whole year, and that determination where you're going to dig and find that next boost that no one else has. Yeah, and that's what's exciting about it.
Well, mate, listen, thanks so much for the time.
Pleasure.
Hope you can make it 4 in 2016.
Thanks,
Lewis Hamilton, for joining us on Fox Sports Asia.